Great. Hey, Tom, thanks for being part of my second A/B testing of microphones here.
I'm glad to be a part.
And
Since the
now
Nationals won.
right, we tried the Samsung, and now we're doing the Blue Yeti plugged into one USB, and we have Blue Yeti. And then we have the Audio Technica 2005. This is one of Mike Phillips' favorites, and we're going to compare the two.
Yeah.
So let me go, and we are currently on the AT2005 at this moment, and I've set them up, so I'm attempting to get my voice about that. So I'm gonna talk 2005, the Audio Technica, and now I'm going to switch over.
Good.
So now I'm switched over on the Blue Yeti, and to be fair, I'm facing towards it about the same distance to see the audio quality on that and see what you think of that. Tom, you want to add any comments?
It sounds good. It took it about 5 seconds to kick in. And in those 5 seconds, there was this little bit of phase shift, it sounded like.
Yes.
And that makes it very difficult into A/B.
Right.
Because you got this interfering piece there that kind of pops up. But the Yeti sounds really good.
Okay, so now we'll give it a minute to hear the Yeti and see what it sounds like. Of course, it's a bigger mic. They both allow for a headphone, so you can monitor them with zero latency. Of course, the Yeti will let you do omnidirectional if you want to and control the gain, which we've tested on YouTube. Doesn't make much difference because it auto adapts. Yeah. So, Tom, I'm going to switch back.
Good.
And we're going to give this a second to kind of bounce and stabilize because it seems to need that while YouTube is trying to adjust on the volume. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay, so now I'm talking into the 2005. And now, this is about a $75 discounted mic. So, if someone were trying to get a podcast and there was one person, I'm pretty sold on this mic as a beginning start versus over 140 or 50 bucks for the Yeti. Tom, you want to add anything on this?
Or that AT sounds pretty good.
Yeah. Now Mike's also Mike Phillips is also, I just really respect his ear and other tests. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to now switch back to the Blue once more.
Good.
And we'll have a comparison, and then we'll make one more switch and we'll wrap it up. Okay.
Are you equidistant from both mics?
I'm pretty equally distanced between both mics. Now I'm facing the 2005, and now I'm going to switch over to the. Now we know it takes a little bit for it to adapt, but it switched over to the Yeti at this point. And this is the Blue Yeti I'm speaking, I'm facing and talking to it. Now, I am projecting my voice a little bit, but, that's just me. I don't think I have an indoor voice as a human being.
Yeah.
But testing. So can you tell anything listening through it? Of course,
they're very close.
Very close.
Very close. It'll be really interesting to hear what they're like in the live or in the recorded hangout.
Right.
Because right now it's very difficult to differentiate.
I see. So
I like them both.
Speaking on the Blue Yeti, again, I guess the negative would be it's so darn big. The positive would be if you want a group to sit around, you could probably put them around in omnidirectional. This mic is really designed for one person. But I've told that this mic with a mixer works well if you're doing an interview somewhere. So we're going to leave the Blue Yeti one more time. And then we'll switch back to the AT2005. I'm back on the AT2005. We know it takes a minute to bounce, and what I want to do is finish on the Blue Yeti because that's the way, I started on the 2005. Tom, any comments?
Yeah, it's interesting. That time the AT sounded a little bit thinner.
Did it?
Yeah, not a huge amount, but just a little bit. Again, it's going to be interesting to hear the playback.
Well, and now I want to say you're listening to it. Just mention what are you using? You have some wonderful Sennheisers you're using with it.
That's my beloved HD600s.
HD600.
Yeah, the people, a lot of pros will use these to monitor things, but they're just wonderful headphones.
Excellent. And then you also you just plugged in directly or with your amplifier?
No, I bypassed the amp and went straight into the Mac.
Okay, great. So you're listening on the Mac.
Yeah, it's not going through the DAC.
Right. It's not going through the DAC.
No, I thought that'd be cheating.
Eric Clapton on, right?
Oh, God.
Okay, so we are on the AT2005. We'll make one last to the Yeti, wrap it up, switching over now to the Yeti. This is the final test of the Yeti, facing the Yeti. So we got a little bit of time for people to hear the other, and now we're doing the final test on the Yeti. Tom?
It's interesting. Yeah, the Yeti has a fuller sound to it. The AT has a little bit thinner sound, but actually both are very good. And I think it would depend on personal preference from what I'm hearing.
Yeah, what you're hearing. Excellent.
Yeah.
But of course, cost comparison. This
no contest.
This is and sometimes this guy goes on sale for like $50. So that's the thing. Okay, well, Tom, this was excellent. Thanks
AT
for
is
the
a
test.
USB mic.
What's that?
It is a USB mic.
Both are USB mics.
And does the AT also have any kind of input other than USB, or is it only USB?
The AT has something. See that?
Okay.
We've got XLR.
Yeah.
So if you had a mixer, we've got a mic for headphones. So, one-man show, and a volume control. This is Zero Legacy for headphones.
Yeah.
Which you also get on the Blue, but the Blue have any XLR output. You're only USB. The other thing, though, nice with the Blue is the increased gain. So if you're using Audacity and the volume's a little low, you can turn that gain up.
Yes.
So I have to say that's a plus. Well, thanks, Tom. I just want to shout out Tom Golden is good, dear friend, and an expert of men in grief, and also mothers working with building relationships with their sons. So I'm going to put a little plug in there for your good work as well.
Thank you, Martin. I appreciate that. We'll see you.